What's up, beautiful people of Elite? So thanks be to God, we are done with that nasty 8, 12, 20 program. But remember again, each program that we do has a reason, okay? And that was endurance. And again, they're not there to just like a program. They all have a different effect that's going to work on your body in a different way. And just training one way is not going to work because you adapt to it, as we know, after 4 weeks and you stop getting the benefits. So the good news though, some are just easier to deal with mentally. The next one is nice. It's like medium reps. Again, this is going to be like in that happy middle ground of trying to get a bit stronger, still working hard and burning fat. And it's great, but let's address the elephant in the room. This on my head, okay? So just to warn you, Rally didn't hit me. I was in the shower and I had this blood spot on my head and I must have rubbed it or something, but I turned in the shower and I got out and there was blood spurting everywhere. I've never had that before. I looked in the mirror and it was like a fucking pierced water balloon, blood spurting out of my head. But so that's why I have that in my head, right? But don't worry, we'll live to write another program. So today's leg day is starting with squats. Because it's getting a bit strengthy, I just want to note that we need to work, you want to stimulate muscles, don't annihilate them. The technique is paramount. There's a lot of people, while I commend you for going heavier, there's a lot of people sort of just smashing the weights and the technique is going. And again, it's how you lift the weight that's really important. So just remember that when we start this program again. Don't go in like, hell for leather. Find your weight, do the technique properly. Especially with the squat, we got to go all the way down. So you've got 5 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Now that just means you need to get it within that rep range. The first week you should be hitting all 8s. Start nice and easy on set 1, 2, even 3. Work up the weight a little bit, find your weight, and then for the last ones you can find a weight that's going to be pretty challenging to get the 8. So little points to note, if you're starting off new, just hold the goblet, okay? So not an actual goblet, a dumbbell like that, okay? Feet on the heel raise and we lift up. Remember, the big thing is we don't sit back first. Your bum will go back naturally. You let the knees track forward and you try and stay as upright as possible. And the knees go out, so they're going out in this position. See the way they flare out? So again, that we keep the knee tracking good, keep the hip mobility good. And this is what's going to get us more flexible by going into the full depth. If you're using the bar, we make sure the hand grip is relatively close. Come under, and it's usually about keeping your mid-back tight. Okay, so elbows under, right? If you get lazy and your posture goes like this, it's just not going to bode well for a good squat. So you're upright. Again, we make sure the core is locked in tight. Knees tracking down, 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 down. Drive all the way up. Again, it has to be the full range. We're using the full muscle and you're locking everything in. Again, a lot of people talking about core and in summertime they want to do abs. This is the biggest fat burner you can do, okay? This combined with a good diet. Doing your abs is not going to do anything. But if you don't do these right, you're not going to get that added effective core. So we're going to get through 5 sets of that. Timer works is we're going to have 3 groups of 2. So it's nice and simple. Only 2 colors, so we should be able to keep an eye on that. The next one then we're going to do is a split squat. First of all, I would suggest not using a weight, then get into it with a weight. So what you're going to do is one foot comes up, toes a little bit turned out. Now guys, watch this, back heel up, okay? So we're not lazy or keeping the back heel down, right? Now you have to go fully in so that you get a full bend. See the way everything's knees over the toe? So that's, every time we do this, that's the type of movement we get. So this is really medicine for your legs, okay? So what you're doing there is you're stretching out your hip flexor on the back leg. You're working the hip, the knee, and the ankle into full mobility. So this is like prehab for your legs, okay? Also for evening up the back, okay? So when we do double leg stuff, okay, like a squat or a deadlift, we have to come back to this type of training every now and again to balance out muscular imbalances because they come no matter what, okay? But we are using that predominantly for the stretch and to prehab and make sure we're balanced in both our hips so that we can function properly. All right. So when we finish just 3 quick sets of that, 8 to 10 reps, then you're going to take the heel raise off. We're going to place it like so. Again, you don't need to use a weight at the start. And we're going to do a narrow goblet squat. Okay, now these are birdie for the legs. So you stay upright, the feet are a bit more narrow. This pushes a lot more stress onto the quads, good stress. We stay upright, control tempo, pump up. So see they're done in that pumpy sort of constant tension. So you're not up, resting for a minute, trying to lift too heavy. You're engaging the muscles with your head and keeping a squeeze on. Perfect posture, okay? Then the finisher, we're sticking with that unilateral or one leg side of things to keep the hips. The last one was on the split squat was stretching us and evening out our quads. Now we're going to do some glute specific work. So what you do is you lift in. Easy version is to keep your heels nice and close so you can touch them. We have to press through the heel to engage the glutes, okay? So easy version is just to lift one leg like this. Now it's not easy, okay? And you lift up and squeeze your bum down. Bit harder is straighten the leg. It's real tough at the top to keep the squeeze on, okay? If you find these way too hard, you just do double legged, okay? And it's only going to be 10 to 12 reps. But the most important thing on that is that you engage your glute muscles, alright? So it's not about just hoofing a big weight, doing sexy hip movements. It's up and squeeze your bum at the top and engage the muscles we're supposed to be working.